Hello, everybody. My name is Seth. I'm a dungeon master for this show called Cheaper by the Dungeon. And I've got some new year, new boys, Jacob.
Hey, it's your pal Jacob here. New fresh fragrance from me, 2020. I'm here. Look at you can check my Instagram for my new line of fresh products there. New year, new me.
New year. Connor, I think, is here too.
Oh, I am here 1 year older and 1 year more close to my death.
And any fragrances or anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I got these essential oils. It's from some skunk extract.
We're not doing this on this show.
But if you guys want to stay to the mid-roll, we have some crystals that are, more widespread and more consumer-based. So just stick around for that.
Eco-friendly.
And eco-friendly.
Back to the earth.
Magic D&D crystals. Sold by, potentially, Adam. Adam, what do you have and what do you want to promote that's fake?
Well, the stones are new. Just found out about those. But I'm selling the same underwear line as before. New year, old me. Distressed underwear, remarkably unsuccessful last year in sales. Hoping to have a big spike with the podcast promoting them. Just hoping for big things. Happy New Year, everyone.
Why do you think years are a thing? Like, everyone agrees to it because our parents tell us, like, it's like birthdays reinforce the idea of years, right? It's like, my birthday's next year, or I was born in this year. Like, why is it like a thing? Why can't we just be like, I've been alive for 2,000 days. That sounds a bit cooler, actually, in my opinion. Like, cops come up to you and be like, how many days have you been alive? I mean, like, 900. Like, 900
days? You'd be like 3 years old.
You shouldn't be driving that car, little boy. You need to be at least 10,000 days alive. It's just like, I guess it's easier to quantify, but like, I don't know. Whoever came up with it is a no fun person.
Well, I just go by winters. It's like, when Gimli says, most have seen too many winters. And then Legolas, or too few. That's the Hobbit, second one.
So in Canada, when we have those, like, the bipolar season where it's like snowing one day and then summer the next, is that like just a bunch of time skips for you?
Are you talking to Adam?
Me.
Adam's actually like 47.
Yeah.
Adam's 47 in winters.
I'm feeling pretty good considering.
I track mine based on the number of times I have to clip my toenails.
Oh, that's never for me.
Okay, you guys are making a joke about this, but I'm the only one taking this seriously. None of this toenail clipping things. You're all being conditioned to agree to this year thing. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's been a year." What does that even mean?
I agree. I feel like I've been brainwashed.
Look, I don't care about years.
Bait and switch.
I don't care about years. Can we just talk about daylight savings though? And how stupid that is.
See, that actually makes more sense to me. I think that New Year should be on the shortest day of the year, because then it's at least at least our orbit around the sun kind of dictates. Okay, we're at relatively the same place in orbit on Earth around the sun. Shortest day of the year, distance, where the equator is in relation to it. At least, that makes more sense to me. It should be on December 21st.
I agree, Adam. And there's another, I think just even like, just to switch things up throughout the course of your life. It's just like, oh, this magical day, I get to sleep in an hour later. It's like, what? Who agreed to this? And then it's just like, cool. And then there's the other day where it's like, oh, well, I had an hour taken away from me, which puts you back on solid ground, being like, yes, death is coming soon.
Well, that's just how I feel about every day, though. So that's not anything new.
See, Connor, I get this feeling that you're taking this as a joke. This isn't a joke.
No, that one was a cry for help.
Connor,
that one
was a better way to measure time. Give us something.
Look, man, time is just but a social construct. Like, I think we should just get rid of it altogether.
Now he's on to social constructs. It's like we haven't been talking about it for like the past like 5 minutes.
Maybe it should be in births. You know?
Look, what everything that's being said is something you agree with. Like, why bother
I'm
fighting
just a flat earther, and I don't care what anybody says.
Connor is.
Wow, that escalated
I've had a
quickly.
feeling. If you ever listen to, he's like,
He thinks the world is flat. He thinks time is flat. He thinks it's all flat.
you can also hear
No,
his
I don't-
character. Darian has never ever mentioned the curvature of anything on the show. If you've noticed, I certainly have.
Angles don't exist. I'm telling you. They
Although
don't.
doesn't space time? Isn't the theory that it is relatively flat? Space time, like the whole to like make a loophole.
Yeah, but that's different. Time can be. I don't want to make an ass of myself on here. All I know is the world is round.
Look, at least on that we can all agree. Can we
Yeah.
just start this episode?
Okay.
I'm gonna crap my pants.
Coming
on
into the
this.
Yeah, what was the bit? Was there a bit?
It's new year, new podcast. We're done with
right.
D&D. We're on to deep thoughts.
Welcome to Shower Thoughts, the podcast.
I love.
Now
showers.
I'm gonna be stuck thinking about years this whole freaking show. Now I'm like, why
It
do we
sounds
have years?
cooler to say I'm like 10,000 days old.
Then who made days? Days kind of
Oh.
makes sense. I can't argue that. It's just sun up, sundown. Okay.
You know what, Seth? I would love it if you could make this whole climb up the mountain metaphorical, and by the time we get to the robots up there, we've all aged like 10 years, except Darian, who doesn't age.
I just age a lot slower.
Just think about it, and let us know how old we are when we're up there.
Wait, if Peterson ages like 10 years, he'll be like almost dead.
Yeah, I think they live like max 40 years.
I'll say this: you're in the same winter
in
terms of age.
same season.
Well, hey everybody, we're Cheaper by the Dungeon, a D&D podcast. I know it doesn't seem like it, but we're gonna play some D&D now and recap in case you missed us over our little hiatus with the Christmas musical and stuff like that. Where we left off, basically the gang finished up their conversation with Karen in the shell of the snail, the great snail, and Karen basically shoved some blue rose spores up Darian and Peterson's ass, and then
I did not consent.
Did not consent. It happened. The ass of the face, the nose, and then I went up there.
I
and
must have had way too much eggnog over the course of Christmas because I don't remember that part of shoving that
No,
up
Okay,
Darian's
the
well,
butt.
ass of the face. That's great. I gotta write that down. Ass of face.
Yeah, use and then basically they left to continue up the mountain to find the red lights because Karen left to go destroy the ammo company. Apparently, Zippy's own little side hustle.
I feel like that's really going to come back. That's really going to come back to bite you in the ass.
You mean the? Well, you'd have to get through the tail first.
Now, where's that?
Where's but anyways, they climbed up the mountain, and just as they got to the top, Leslie was feeling sleepy and not doing work, so he's kind of just like passed out sleeping while they're climbing up. And the winds were getting harsher. Zippy fell, and then at the top of the mountain, red lights appeared, the fabled red lights, and coming down into view, the three of you see three lights on the top ridge. The center one moves down and said, "Target sighted. Eliminating target now." Roll for initiative. New year, new initiative.
Coming in hot. Let's
Yo,
do
this
it.
thing doesn't even know me.
Well, you can try. You can try to engage.
Yeah, like a robot understand. A robot who automatically targets things would love to be persuaded.
Maybe it has a soul. We don't know.
I don't know his story.
Oh, and now
tell me-
you're saying it's a guy.
We don't even know.
Well,
What
there's a
color.
big cod piece on the front.
Yeah, is it wearing anything? I got
Shaped
a 14.
like a baby's
by the way.
arm holding an apple.
14 for me.
I got a nice 17.
Ooh.
I got a nice 14.
Oh, so who has higher decks? Connor, you or me?
Yeah, I have a +3.
Dang it! You go first. I'll bring up the rear, the nose of the face, or whatever.
Okay, so you see this robot coming down. It's basically their body kind of looks large, and their steel frame is kind of shaped to make it look almost like an astronaut suit. And just like an astronaut's helmet, it has this big bulbous head with a red glowing eye in the center. You can see through its steel plates, there's like little openings where you can see like cogs turning and some wires and stuff. It seems very mechanical, but it's all like silver and steel and has like this humanoid form. It is starting to just walk down the mountain. It gets to the edge at the top, and it just starts walking down like its feet just kind of sink into it. It's like its feet are just grappled in. So it can walk horizontally, basically down the side of the mountain instead of climbing. So for how you guys are positioned and everything, you're on the side of this mountain. It's almost a flat rock face. It's got a little bit of a curve to it, but it's pretty much a straight drop at this point. But you are holding on to your movable rod, Darian. Behind you is Norman, and you're attached by climbing gear.
Peterson.
Peterson. I can't believe I made that. You're Peterson. New year, new mistakes. So it goes Darian, then Peterson, connected by climbing gear, and then behind Peterson is Leslie, also connected by climbing gear. Below Leslie, just a handful of feet down, is the giant owl that Peterson summoned. Up in the air, sideways, near to the top of the mountain is Zippy in bird form, giant eagle form, I believe. So that's where you all are at. So Zippy, what would you like to do? You can see there's two red lights, and they're still obscured because of the snowstorm brewing around you and the high winds. But you see this robot has just walked over the edge and is sunken into the wall and is moving down towards Darian and crew.
I'd like to use Aerial Ace on this this robot.
Use wing attack.
No,
are you actually gonna attack in your bird form?
I think so. I want to help my friends. No, I'll use multi-attack. The eagle makes 2 attacks, one with its beak and one with its talons.
Caca.
Okay. I think that's Peck in Pokemon. How much PP do you have left?
Seth, is this a joke to you?
Okay, do it. Roll it in. Jeez.
All right, that's a 15.
You do not hit.
Well, I get a +5 to hit, actually, so it's a 20.
Okay, well, are you serious?
Yeah, it says beak, melee weapon attack,
okay.
+5 to hit.
Okay, I don't know when you're lying and when you're not. You're very hard to read. Okay, yeah, you hit.
So this is the first one, which is my beak, is 1d6 +3 piercing damage. That is a 7. What does that look like, DM?
So you go in with your beak, and you fly in, and they're not paying attention to you. They're just kind of like walking down foot by foot.
Bird attacking, bite engaged. It's pecking my bulb, pecking bulb.
And you just like are pecking the red eye part of this robot, and it cracks a little bit.
If these hunks of junk think I'm a bird, then they are stupider than I thought. I'm an eagle, bitch.
What he hears is caw, 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 and you're just like cawing at its face.
All right, I got 17, and then I'm gonna roll to hit, which is 2d6 +3, which is slashing damage, and that's a 13.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
13 on
13
that one.
damage. Okay. So your talons are dug into its shoulders already. You use them to like anchor yourself while you pecked its bulb. And now you're going to let go and just scrape its chest as you leave. And the robot just goes,
Damage taken to hull. Repairing damage immediately.
and you see as you scratch it that you see there's scratch marks and claw marks in the hull, its torso, and all of a sudden the metal around it starts to kind of move and mold, and it just starts covering it up. It's like the metal just turned to liquid for a second and just patched it over. And what it did, its red bulb went dim for a second, but now it's brightened up as it healed itself a little bit.
I fly back to Man of Snow.
Okay. So Zippy has left the turn. Do you want to move? It's difficult movement for you, so half your speed since the winds are so intense.
We're in like a storm, right?
Yeah, snow is flying everywhere. Winds
Okay.
are really intense.
I don't know anything about these guys. Like, there's no history check with any. I guess that I would have to do that next turn. But from what I know, I don't think these guys have much super big range capabilities. I want to move like 20 feet into like the open air.
Okay, upwards or like just away from the mountain?
Horizontally, like
Okay.
out.
15 feet you move out away from the mountain, and you're just surfing the winds. Next up, we have the robot.
Oh no.
It starts moving down even further, and all it's going to do is make its way to Darien. It's almost there. It's about 8 feet away now, and you can just hear it say,
Form changing. Arm blade.
and it holds up its left arm, and it starts melding and molding like water a little bit and becomes a sword out of its left arm. And it's staring down at you, Darien. But that's all it's going to do for its turn. Next up, Darien.
So Darien is staring at this thing, still a little bit in shock because he's realized what it is. And so Darien's there just like, no way. What the hell is a Spur doing here? This doesn't make any sense. Frick. And he's gonna kind of check all his gear because he's still holding on to the two guys hanging there. And I'm gonna make sure I'm fully hooked on with my harness onto the immovable rod because I want to make sure not to slip and fall. And then I'm actually gonna pull out the black bow because he's not in range. And I'm going to take a shot with a black bow.
So how are you going to do that when you're holding onto the wall?
So I want to like hook my like climbing gear, like the I'm assuming there's some kind of like climbing harness that I have. Yeah. So I want to like using some kind of like clip or carabiner hook on to the immovable rod with a rope so I can free up my hands.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, so I'm not like holding everybody there. We're hooked onto the rod.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull out the black bow, and I'm also going to use my bonus action to charge Planar Warrior on it, and I'm going to take a shot.
Woo. Okay, roll the hit. And since he's so close, there won't be disadvantage with the wind.
But that's still going to be an 8 to hit.
You aim down. You accidentally aim the opposite way.
No.
No, you hold your bow up. You go to fire it at a seemingly easy target, but a chunk of snow just comes flying down and hits you in the face like a snowball, and you arc your arm and shoot off wildly.
I'm
missing.
still a little shook, you know?
Yeah, still a little shook. The nerves.
Okay. I'm going to roll again.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. That's a 16.
Okay, that hits. So dusting the face, the snow off your face, you ready another arrow, and it lands. How much damage and the blinding effect?
That's going to be 15 damage.
Okay.
And then I believe it makes a Constitution saving throw to resist being blinded.
It fails. So
Nice. And I'll note that 6 of that was force damage, by the way.
The force arrow just pierces its hull again, its torso, and it bends its spine a little bit as the force impacts it, but it's still sturdy in the wall.
Hull breached again. Blind. Visibility temporarily disabled. Backup. Maneuvers engaged.
And you can see its bulbous head sinks down into its body, and its chest gets larger, but you don't see the red light anymore. It takes its arm, snaps the arrow off, and just throws it away, and you can see the arrow that's pierced its hull just gets absorbed in, and the damage it dealt seems to be smoothed over in its hull. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's my action, bonus action, and I'm assuming I probably used movement to secure myself, so nope.
Okay, so next up is Normandy.
Sweet. But also Peterson, maybe?
Ah, frick! Why am I doing Normandy every single time? Peterson, I'm sorry!
It's all
My
right,
favorite character!
Okay. So, first off, Peterson is going to say, I believe its healing properties are coming from the Red Dome. Too bad it's concealed. And so something that Shaman can do, I haven't done it yet, but they have these things called totems that they carry on them at all times, and as a bonus action, they can activate them. You can read about this on dndwiki.com. But I'm going to activate one as a bonus action, and it's a Magma Totem, and as long as I'm within 60 feet of it, it activates using my bonus action every turn. And so I planted this round, and then it kicks in next round to use. So the Magma Totem that I'm going to use, I just kind of press it into some of the ice in the mountain, if that's okay with you, Seth.
Yep.
And I activate it. It basically shoots a big spew of magma at something within 60 feet range, and they got to make a dexterity saving throw at the beginning of my turn every turn for the next minute. So I stick it in there, and then I'm going to... Can my owl fly in this? Like, has the wind died down at all?
No, it hasn't. But your owl could fly a little bit. It's a little difficult for it, but it can make a check to see if it does it.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell my owl... do you know what? I'm going to leave him as backup in case one of us falls. I'm going to leave that, and I'm just going to do Toll the Dead, old school. I'm just going to attack him.
Okay.
Nope, that's a 10.
Okay. That doesn't it?
Okay.
Its head is in its chest, and you ring the bell, and it doesn't hear it. It hears it, but it doesn't hurt it.
Okay, and that's my turn. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The owl looks at you, Peterson, and just nods and goes incognito mode because it's back up.
Yeah.
It knows it's back up. It's the secret weapon, and it's proud of it.
Yes.
You can hear from the robot's chest, it starts to speak again and says,
Artillery, activate.
And Zippy, you're away from the mountain, and you can see the two other red lights that were at the top move into view. And you can see, the Boston Dynamics robot dog thing that they kick around and stuff?
Yep.
They look like that kind of robot. It's like a robot for a dog box, basically. And two of them move from the sides into view, and you can see they plant their legs into the top of the mountain. They're not on the side of it or anything. They plant into the top, and you can see magical energy starts to brew in their box torso, and you just hear them say,
Barrage charging, 35%.
And that's going to be their turn. And we're going to go back up to Zippy.
Oh my goodness. How much ice is on this mountain?
There's a fair bit. The part that they're at right now is half rock, half ice in different patches. There's no large chunks of ice hanging off.
Okay.
But
okay, I'm gonna attack the one closest to me at the two at the top. And I'm gonna aim for the one's legs.
Okay.
And try
multi-attack again?
Yes.
I'm not gonna force you. You can do what you want.
No, I know. Yeah, and I'll peck at the one leg, but then I want to try with my talons to crush both the legs to try to break them off. I mean,
Okay.
I'll try. That's just I'm gonna try to use the bird. I mean, I can go back into Zippy and try to do things, but I'm gonna use the bird as long as I can. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna aim for the legs of the one closest to me.
Roll to hit.
That's a 16 with the +5.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. And then I'll go with the beak first on one of the legs.
Okay.
That's 6 damage.
You start biting and trying to tear one of its legs off. and it's starting to like spark, and the steel is starting to bend. You can hear it creaking, and you feel like you're getting some leeway on it. Like it's starting to bend and break off, but it needs a little bit more. Decapitate.
Which
Finish
is why
him.
I'm going to use my talons, my sweet talons now.
Talons.
And that is an 11.
That actually does hit, yeah. These cars aren't good for fighting. These ones specific. They're just little dogs. Little Boston Dynamic dogs.
And that one's a 12.
Okay, yeah. Your talons, your beak is getting half of the job done, and your talons, you arc it and grab and rip. And you just see sparks fly, and some cables and wires leak out, and some gears fall out. And you can just see it kind of slumps down on its corner, since it lost its balance now. And it just says,
Compromise, big compromise, hurt, pain, leg, gone.
and the other one says,
Brother, are you okay? Keep charging. Barrage, 40%.
but you have taken it off. Do you want to like keep holding on to it, or do you want to throw it away?
No, the leg? I'll throw it away.
Yeah, the leg.
This thing's trash.
Okay, spit it out off the mountain edge, and it just goes falling down into the snowstorm and out of sight. And it was twitching as it went.
Ooh.
Next up is the spur.
Wait, the
that
thing
Darian
doesn't
called it.
fall off the cliff?
No, it's still got 3 other legs.
That's so stupid.
Do you want to move?
No.
You probably have only a little bit of movement left anyway, since you flew away from the mountain, now to fly back.
All right.
Okay, so now we go to the robot, or as Darian called it, a spur, and it's their turn. They finish getting down towards you, Darian, and they're staring at you, and you just see this like headless, big torsoed body, and it says,
Engaging target, sword, maneuver.
and it comes down with its sword. Darian, what's your AC again? Just no reason.
How about you tell me what they roll for an attack, and then I'll let you know.
14. I said 14.
That's my AC. That's
I'm a wizard. No, I'm a robot. Okay, it hits, and the sword arm comes flying down, and you're just there in your harness, and you're like trying to buckle it and loosen it so you can like drop quickly or something, and it comes down and just pierces into your shoulder near your neck, and you take 13 damage. And it goes into your shoulder, Darian. And you can see it is just sunk there, and it slices out, and blood flies down onto Peterson and Leslie, and it stands there above you and is done its turn. Okay, Darian, it is your turn if you'd like to rebuttal.
Don't worry, Peterson, I don't have any conditions. And then I'm going to draw my sword, and I'm going to charge Planar Warrior and take a big ol' swing.
Okay, go for it.
That first one is going to be a 24 to hit. Sorry, 23 to hit.
Yes, we get it, Darian. Yes, it is.
Hey, I missed the last one. One of the last ones.
I bet the sword ends up healing it because it's like Mechanos or whatever.
That's a 13 damage. That's with the Planar Warrior included. Is he still standing?
Your shoulders hurting. You take out the switch, your sword, your best friend, and and you go to swing. And your sword is made of Mechanos material. Fun fact. I don't know if you knew that, Darian. And this robot is coincidentally made of the same material. And you go to slash, and you said you did 13? You do 26. And you go slashing,
Whoa!
And your sword, as it goes to hit, you expect a clang, but it kind of cuts through like very soft butter. It's like almost, it's flesh-like instead of steel-like to you. And you slash it, and some of its torso chest plate goes splashing off, kind of water-like, and goes off the mountain. And you can see the head is revealed under there, and the red light is shining through again. And the material goes flying off it. And it just says,
Mechanos material detected. Damage critical. Damage critical. Cannot heal.
and the 26 damage is taken, and it looks bad. It doesn't look happy, and the force damage, it flung everything everywhere.
I'm going to take this moment to attack again.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I don't know if it's not. That's a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Dang it!
You go swinging your sword the first time, and then you try again, but your shoulder kind of gives out a little bit, and it drops the sword to your side, and you couldn't swing it the full force. So it is looking bloodied as a robot could be. Peterson, what's up?
Okay, so my Magma Totem is going to activate. It's gonna do, so it's like a foot tall, basically like a mini totem pole, and it kind of glows and has like faces of like goblin ancestors carved into it. And it's going to shoot some magma magic at the totem, at the spur that no one is fighting, the one on the right, away from everyone else. And it's a dexterity saving throw for him.
Okay, so it's going to be it's not called a spur. Darren hasn't said what it's called yet. It's a secret. But it's the little Boston Dynamics dog that nobody's touched. And it rolled poorly.
Hey, right on.
Very, very poorly. So poorly, in fact, that it's standing in magma right now. And beneath its feet, the ground starts to glow and bubble. And it seems like a volcano explosion is going to happen. And you see fire is burning, and the magma kind of spews out, and it takes how much damage?
2d6. So it sounds cooler than
not
it
that
is.
bad.
3.
In the grand scheme of things, it actually wasn't that impressive. It wasn't that big.
Hey, it's a bonus action.
It was more like a little bubble popped, and it got some like coffee spilt on it.
Okay.
But you just hear it say,
Internal temperature increased. Slight damage taken. Brother, how are you?
and the other one says,
I am fine. Surviving. Barrage charge at 60%.
what would you like to do for the rest?
For my main action, how far away is the tallest one? Still like 30 feet or so? The same one that I cast Magma on?
Yeah, it's still 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna, hopefully this goes better than last time I cast it. I'm gonna cast Shatter on the glass orb.
Okay.
Constitution save.
Oh, why are these robots stupid? This one did not save.
Alright. Sick. Okay. 3d8. 22.
Jeez. You cast Shatter on its bulb. And you can just hear it saying,
Charging 61, 62, 63%. 4.
and then the glass bulb eye on the box just shatters, and it falls limp and does not say anything and seems dead.
Right on.
Okay.
Do you know what, man? Can my weasel appear? That sounded vaguely sexual, but I don't mean for it to.
Yeah. Your weasel. Yeah, your weasel when you believe in yourself, right?
Because I just, one shot at that thing, kind of, I feel so badass. Diesel appears on the mountain, gripping on.
Sure, yeah.
Right on.
It appears, it claws into the mountain, and man, I got new dice for Christmas, and they are broken. I think they're weighted bad. Your weasel does not hold into the wall.
No!
It appears, and it's like, Peterson, you believed in yourself! And it falls off into the snow.
Damn.
And you can feel it's gone until the next time you believe in yourself.
Okay.
You probably don't believe in yourself as much now that you accidentally killed it. Okay.
I'm going to stay there.
Okay. The turn keeps going, and you hear the one-legged Boston Dynamics dog at the top saying,
Charging 75%. Keep going. Keep pushing.
and that's all it's going to do with Zippy right in front of it in bird form. So, Zippy, you're right in front of it, and it just said that. What do you want to do?
Attack it.
Nice.
Good idea.
With a multi-attack. The other leg.
Oh, the other leg. Okay. Well, it has 4. Which one?
Well, I thought I got rid of one of the legs.
Yeah, well, it originally had 4. So let's say the top right one went. It's got the top left, and back right.
The back right one.
Any reason why?
No. DM.
Okay.
I'll keep my thing secret to myself.
Go for it. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, multi-attack, Avi. I rolled a 12.
Okay. That actually hits.
I got a 5 for the beak. And then I'll roll for the talons.
Yeah, the sharp talons, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Lay him on it.
I don't know. I don't know if you're going to describe anything or anything with the beak. I don't know. Maybe I hoped you would.
You peck it a little.
Okay.
Like a bird eating
And
bread.
then I rolled a 17 for the talons. Damage with the talons is 10.
Okay, so your beak comes out, chomps it again, and you do the same maneuver, swiping your talons after biting into it, and you can see it breaks off again, like a pretzel stick. Just snap. And do you want to spit this one off too?
Off the cliff.
Okay. You spit it into a spittoon can, and you actually nail it. There's one at the bottom of the mountain. And, okay, so 2 of the legs gone. And it's gonna...
Wobble and fall off the cliff?
It wobbles a little.
Ooh.
It was like horizontal, and the 2 legs you took out were the ones that were supporting it at the very edge. The other 2 were away from the edge. And it just says...
Legs compromised. Changing balance. Restructuring.
And it starts to wobble, and it falls off the edge. And it goes falling down the mountain, and you can just hear it saying,
Charging. Still charging. Never stop charging.
Who would have known me and Zippy took out big robots faster than Darian?
Yeah.
Darian,
Jeez,
come
I
on,
should have
keep
been in the
up,
Mechanos Wars.
But that's all it's gonna do. Next up is the robot.
The only one
It's-
left, right?
Yeah, the Spur Robot, the humanoid
Where's your
one.
friends?
It sees it fall off, and it doesn't seem concerned, and it rotates its head back to the top since its body was compromised, and it seems like it's just kind of like jerking about, and it has very rigid movements, and it sees you, Darian, and says,
Closer analysis. Eladrin detected. Bay creature. Reporting. Transmitting.
Crap.
and that's all it's gonna do.
Oh, well, I really don't like the sound of that. And I'm going to swing my sword at it
You rolled a hit.
with Planar Warrior.
I assume there would be no
Hey,
other
that's
way.
Well, it's a bonus action, so I have to make sure I'm using it. That's another 24, though.
24 just hits, yeah.
just
Barely.
That's 20 damage.
Whoa.
Okay. You go to swipe at it. You're aiming for the head this time, and you're grabbing onto the movable rod just to like throw yourself up a little bit further to really get in there. And you go, and you're swinging, and your sword is just about to hit, and all of you make a dexterity saving throw.
13.
That's a 9.
Okay.
Darian's real shook right now.
And Zippy, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. Zippy and Peterson both see above over the ridge of the mountain, especially you, Zippy, you can tell, even though there's a storm all around you and you can't see further past, like you're at the top of the mountain and you can see it's kind of just flat and it's just snowstormy and still just like it's very low visibility, but you can tell there's some light coming from beyond the top. And this light is starting to grow and it's changing colors and you're like, oh, it's growing. And it's like just an explosive light wave is coming and you hide your eyes and it comes like spilling over the edge, engulfing you in light, and it comes down over it. Everything is like bright white for all of you for a second. Peterson, you also covered your eyes. Darian, your eyes you're blinded by the light. And you still hit, and you can hear it explode, and you can sense that the mechanose creature just falls off the mountain. But when you come back to and you wipe your eyes and the blindness starts to fade, you see it's gone, and you see everything's where it was, and you don't know where that light came from or anything. But you can all exit initiative. You have completed the encounter.
Woo!
Congratulations. First encounter of 2020 complete.
Boom.
What would you like to do?
Peterson, we need to get to a secure ledge. Leslie's still unconscious.
You're right, tall one. Pull us up, and I'll do my best to support his weight.
So I'm gonna unhook myself from the immovable rod, so I'm like not fully secured to it, and get secured back on the wall. And then I'll collect the immovable rod, and I'll attempt to keep climbing up the cliff face.
Okay, Darian and Peterson just make athletics checks.
That is a 22.
Natural 20! Yes!
Nice.
Tall one,
Darian,
let me show
Peterson's-
you how it's done.
Darian, you start climbing, and you're really going for it. 22, no joke. You're now in like a tank top because you busted the arms with your bulging muscles in the last episode, and you're climbing up real fast. But Peterson, who is behind you in the order, is climbing up even faster. He's surpassed you and is now dragging you a little bit. It's like he is done being on the side of this mountain. You guys make it to the top, and Leslie is still just a little unconscious. It might be the altitude, it might be something, but he's just like sleepy or just closed his eyes, it seems. But you're all up at the top, and all there is Bird Zippy and the carcass of one of the Boston Dynamic dogs.
Can I search it?
Sure.
Okay.
Roll a investigation check.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to search it or examine it?
Well, I want to check.
Darian's still just kind of standing there for a moment in shock.
I want to check how my friends are doing. Meanwhile, Peterson runs past me and goes to loot the body.
Well, he's not an eagle. 21.
Okay. Peterson, you go to check it out, and you see the bulb is shattered, and it seemed to be just like a red orb. It's cracked. It wasn't like glass. It seemed like solid all the way through, kind of like a marble. And you examine it. There doesn't seem to be anything specific on it, but you can tell this is unlike anything you've ever seen. It's mechanical. It seems out of your comprehension as a goblin who lived in the forests and just like, did goblin stuff.
Because I saw one of them pull out like their blades at one point, do you think I would have enough knowledge to try to search where that would be on this creature, if this creature would have one?
Sure. Yeah, you can also make an investigation check.
Because to Peterson, it might just look like metal everywhere, but
Right.
I might be able to find like a cool little Mechano dagger or something.
But
You're also
Zippy,
still a giant eagle.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hobble over and peck at this thing.
Oh, can I bring my owl up here too?
yeah, your owl comes up, and it's still kind of darting its eyes back and forth, like it's looking for the next enemy because it didn't get its chance to shine yet. It's like, oh, still must be saving me, right?
Willoughby, you'll have your time. And I pat his big feathery head. You know what? I'm actually going to tell it to Willoughby, actually, fly up maybe 200 meters and do a perimeter check. Make sure there are no other spurs around.
That's really far.
Is it? 200 feet. That's what I meant.
Okay. It goes, whoo! And it goes up, and it actually has learned how to navigate these airways. And it even though it's storming and the storm is slightly calming, it can fly up, and it's doing a search. And it'll come back and alert you if anything happens.
That is a 12. But can I get an initiative because I saw where the dagger came from the other one?
You mean advantage?
Oh, sorry,
or?
advantage. Sorry, advantage.
Why would you add your initiative? No.
Okay.
Ow.
You search through because you saw it brought out a sword somehow, and you look to see if it has any sword on it, and you search all through it, and you do not find a sword, Zippy. You don't see any type of weapon on this little dog robot.
Okay, I use my wings to push it off the cliff.
Okay.
You get out of the way.
Okay, so Zippy, you go to push it, and nobody's gonna stop you. So you push it, and
Wait.
I wait.
I call out to try and
He
stop.
seems very eager to push it off the cliff.
Darian, these things are dangerous. I'm gonna push this right off the cliff if you don't mind.
I don't know anything you're saying. I'm hearing a lot of caws and screams. Just let me take a look at it for a moment. And
I shield it like
wanna
it's
go
a
over
baby.
It's mine to push off.
It's mine to push
Zip,
off.
I just want to see. Look, I don't think the two of you understand what we're dealing with here. The Mechanos aren't from here. They don't belong here, and they're not seen across plains. That's not normal. And the last time there was an encounter with them, they devastated a whole quarter of a plain. Imagine losing 25% of this whole world. That's what these things are capable of.
Well, we just devastated them.
I still have no idea what you're saying. There's a lot of caws and screams.
Wait, can we
I
get him
don't
back?
want to give up my bird form.
Just let me take a quick look at it. I just want to see it up close.
I'll back up to let him look.
I begrudgingly back away.
And DM, while he's looking, can I try to just kind of glance around to see if I can see where that light came from, or if I can trace it?
perception check.
Okay, I just want to take a moment to kind of look it over. Because I've studied a lot about Mechanos, and through history of the Mechanos Feywild War, and with messing with a lot of the parts of older kind of scraps to make my sword, but I've never seen really any fully active this close, and so I just want to really look it over and take it all in, and kind of have a moment of still being kind of flabbergasted that they're here, and deep down Darian actually is quite concerned about what this means for the plane.
15. And if I can, I'd like to look through my mask as well.
Okay, 15. 15. You look off without your mask. You see nothing. It's just really snowy. You can't make anything out. You flip the mask down. The snow parts away as you kind of see into the ethereal plane. And you see that the edge of this mountain actually ends quite soon onto the other side. And you see that there is this flat open plains area. And you're on the edge of basically a ring of mountains. Like this edge you're standing on goes around like a ring around this one kind of plateaued area that is sunken down like a valley. And you can see in the center of this valley is an incredibly tall tower with a glass dome on top. And you can see surrounding this tower are 6 other towers that are moving in circular formations around it and also changing heights. and then they lock in place and stop. And on the tops of these separate 6 towers are these floating orbs that are cut in half. And on the smooth side, it seems to be almost mirror-like. But you see there is just kind of this amount of towers and this just group of them. And you assume that's probably where the light came from. And you also see down there a lot of faint blue magical lights like you see in normal people. And you see a lot of them. Like there's probably a lot of people or robots down in this valley. And you can see some are coming up, some are in the air. You look off and you see your owl. All of a sudden, you don't see what happens, but it starts falling. And you can sense it's dead.
No, Willoughby.
And you see other like lights up there. And you can tell this place is crowded. And actually you look off to the left and right on the top here, and you can see from both sides coming are more Mechanos, like the Spur, like the soldier, the regular sword dude, are coming and walking down the side. You can see about 10 on either side are making its way towards you.
Okay, I'm going to say, holy fuck! And I'm going to grab Darian and pull him down to the ground, and I'm going to grab towards Zippy if he's within reach. I'm going to say, get down right now.
I get down and kind of see the situation that is happening.
I hover my wings over both of them.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to lift my mask. I'm going to say, we have 10 Mechanos coming from the east and 10 Mechanos coming from the west. And I quickly draw in the snow, there's a quick sketch. Right over this ridge, there's a huge... All these mountains form a rim of a great valley. There's many lives down below that I can see, but I can't tell what they are. There's many towers, and I'm quickly sketching these all out. The one in the center stands still and is the tallest one. The ones on the outside circle and rotate and change heights.
Okay.
They all have glass.
We can see it. We don't need to recount the whole thing. It's okay.
Oh, they can see. Oh, sorry.
Look,
okay.
Wait.
I use one of my talents to, because they can't understand me, to start Xing each of these objectives out.
Hold on.
They just took down Willoughby from far range. We know they're capable of far range attacks, whatever these ones that are coming.
Peterson,
we need to leave.
You saw a light, or you saw lights collecting in the bottom, like of spirits in the pit. Look at the Mechanos walking around the ring. Do they have the same light?
Give me a moment. I'll pull down my mask and look.
Peterson, you look out and check the robots, and you can tell this is not the same light as that blinding light that came before or anything.
And is this similar to, I mean, like, do the robots have the same kind of blue lights that I saw at the bottom? Like these ones that are coming towards us?
You can't tell. Those ones are a little too far away. But you can tell that the blue lights inside these things, they're kind of like, you know how in anatomy sketches, there's like the vein, the ventricle system? And how it kind of like spreads out like wires throughout the body. That's what the blue lights kind of outline. But in regular people, it seems to be much more of just a centralized blob of blue energy. That's what you can
I'm
tell.
going to say, I can't tell. I know that there is some form of life force within them, but I can't tell if it's the same as the one below. It's too far.
I'm just wondering if the pit is full of more of these, or maybe there's something else being held down there. There's...
The victims, the ones who have come up here. From Manasno.
That's what I'm wondering. And if you're still seeing some kind of blue light, then maybe they're not all lost. Maybe there's something we can do about it.
What's everybody's passive perception?
15.
Yeah, mine's 15 then.
So that's 17. I'm a smart little rabbit.
Zippy, you are covering and huddling with the 3 other guys, Leslie's unconscious body, Darian, and Peterson, and your head's kind of poking out. So you're looking around to see if you can see these Mechanos people coming, but you can't really sense them. But all of a sudden, you hear, it sounds like magic missiles. It sounds like they're soaring through the air, and you can hear them coming over the edge of the mountain where you just climbed up.
Oh, God.
And you can just look over briefly, and you see a barrage of magic missiles are coming up that side towards you 3. What would you like to do?
Move!
I run away. No, just kidding.
It just flies away.
Well, I can't use magic as a freaking bird. Or else I'd use my stone skin and become a little hut for you guys. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
There's only one thing I can do. Since I don't know if they'd be able to react in time. I block them with my body, and I take the magic missiles.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh,
okay. like if I lose my HP as a giant eagle, like I'll retain my zippy HP, so it's okay. It's the only thing I can do for my friends. So I I look down under my wings to see them, and they don't know what's happening, and I I look behind, and then my eagle eyes water up a bit, and then I turn around and spread open, like I'm ready to take it. Like I'm ready to take it.
Spread eagle. Peterson and Darian, you don't have enough time to react, and you don't see what Zippy's doing, so it just comes to a shock, but he opens his wingspan, spread eagle, and you look down. Do you close your eyes for this?
I look back at my friends for a moment.
Wow.
And then I actually raise my head up to the sky where I should be as an eagle.
Oh god.
The magic missiles are coming up and up. It's like if you look down, it's just like a volley of arrows, and they're coming up, and they arc away from the mountain, and then turn mid-air and arc to home, and are just splashing past you, Zippy. You are getting berated with these magic missiles, and some are flying past and going off into the valley, and they're just smashing into you. Darian and Peterson, you just like huddle behind him, and actually Leslie wakes up and doesn't seem to be like he was actually ever asleep at all, and runs to the right, trying to dodge through the barrage of magic missiles. And he gets hit by one while he's trying to break away quickly. And you can see he gets hit by one and falls. And Zippy, you're still... It's still taking you. And Leslie just falls over and he's like... Ah! And you can see it's like kind of burnt a hole through his winter coat, and you can see steel showing through that hole. Darian and Peterson, it seems like he had something Mechanos metal underneath his coat, and he just holds the patch and he's like, guys, I'll be back. And he just runs off towards the right, out of view, and the magic missiles just keep careening by, and then it stops. And Zippy is just standing there still. Peterson and Darian, what would you like to do?
Is he still an eagle?
He seems to be an eagle, but there's smoke all around him. You just see his back. His back is untouched, but his front, we don't know.
You okay? And I step around to look at him.
He doesn't respond, his head held high to the sky. And you peer around, and you just see his front is just black and bloodied. You fall to your knees in your eagle form, still head held high, and your wings start to shrink and transform into bunny arms, and they zip back to your body. Then your head, still held high, turns into your regular Zippy face. The ear that's usually flopped over your eye is flopped back on your head, and you're still staring at the sky. You cough, and you seem damaged, but you're alive. You took 50 points of damage.
Holy!
You guys don't even know how high I can fly.
Sip. Oh.
It's very important that we stay down.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
Wow, Darian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the level 1 spell.
You're only at half health. You're fine.
Is there a ton of smoke?
There was on Zippy, but now there's not much of smoke. It's like smoke and snow, but it's died down pretty much. Most of the magic missiles went past you guys or into the side of the mountain, not like where you're standing. It wasn't from like the top down.
Zippy, you could have 8 HP.
That brings my HP up to 33.
Hey, that's over half.
Wow.
Darian's so kind.
Look, you're the hero.
Zippy tanked it.
I'm grabbing them and pulling them to hide in the shadow of the mech that's still up there. Because I don't know if they can still see us.
It's pretty small. It's about the size of it's about like 4 feet when it's standing. It's pretty small.
Okay, so there's 10 Mechanos coming from left around the ring, 10 coming from the right as well. And Leslie just ran towards the ones on the right.
What was that idiot doing? He should have hid behind me.
No, he's hiding something else. He had Mechanos parts hidden under his clothes, or... Oh gosh, maybe he is part Mechanos.
There's a lot going on. I don't know if he did it maliciously.
Where is Leslie now?
You can't see, but Peterson, is your mask down?
Yeah.
Okay, you look off and you can see he's made it to the other Mechanos people coming from the right, but the ones on the left are still marching towards you. They're about 40 feet off now. And you can see Leslie is just like talking to them and like arms up and like pushing back on them, but the robots do not seem to be attacking Leslie.
We need to get moving, or else we're gonna get another barrage, and I only have so much HP to protect you guys.
I agree, but Peterson, what do you see with Leslie? What is happening?
No, it doesn't matter. We need to get moving now.
But we can't safely scale down.
I know.
Not fast enough to dodge them.
Use your mask. Is there a safe way for us to, dodge them or something? We need to move somewhere.
I agree, but that's why I want to know what's happening with Leslie.
But we don't have time. They're 40 feet away.
Peterson, answer the question.
Leslie's seeming to parley with them, but the ones on the left, the ones on the west are approaching quickly.
Well, at the very least, we should move away from the left.
Here, give me a moment. I'm going to do something. I'm going to raise my hands up, start chanting some goblin. I'm going to cast Wall of Fire around them.
Okay.
Okay, so I can make a wall up to 60 feet long, up to a range of 120 feet away from me. I can make a 60-foot long wall, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick. The wall is opaque and lasts for the duration, which is 1 minute. It's concentration. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 5d8 fire damage, or half as much. On a successful save, on one side of the wall is hot, and the other side doesn't have to be hot if I don't want it to be. And at the start of every turn that they have, where they're within 10 feet of the wall, they take another 5d8 fire damage.
Okay.
So I'm just going to make a big circle and try to encapsulate all of them if I can.
So encapsulate all the ones from the left?
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
How far is Leslie away from us?
He's about 40 feet.
But he's talking to the ones on the right. I'm attacking the ones on the left.
He's not attacking them. He's trying to push by them.
Yeah, he's trying to basically arms up, trying to push them to stop, but they're pushing back and just walking and he's his feet are scraping along the ground.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so he put up a wall of fire around the ones on the left. So what happens?
Yeah, so Seth, they got to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. With DC 16 save, so they failed.
Oh, sick. Okay. 5d8 fire damage. 30 on the dot.
Okay. Yeah, the wall of fire erupts around them in a ring, encircling these 10. And some are in it, some are outside of it. So not all of them, but the ones in it slowly seem to the heat is getting to them, and the arms and armor are getting red hot, but none of them collapse, and they just push through some of them. But others are inside, but it does not seem to slow them down. They're taking it. They're taking the damage and walking through. And they're just glowing red hot right now. So Zippy and Darian, you can see just these red hot warriors are marching towards you.
Look, there's too many. Maybe we can try and navigate down in the pit. Visibility's low with the storm. Everybody get close. And I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on the 3 of us.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I really don't.
I already cast it, so it's already happening. So I cast it on the 3 of us. And so this kind of almost weird shroud of whiteness is around us, so we blend in more with kind of the terrain and with the storm, and we all get a +10 to stealth checks as long as you all stay within 30 feet of me.
Peterson, I think we need to go after Leslie. We can't lose him like this.
I think I don't necessarily disagree, Westboro, but we have to stay close to Darien if we want to stay
No, that's
hidden
fine. We
from
can
their
pursue
sight.
Leslie, but I just don't think it's smart to go in guns a-blazing at this
No,
point.
we don't
There's a
have
lot
to.
of
He's not
Mechamos
going
around.
guns a-blazing. There, he must know something.
Darien, lead the way. Go, go, go. We have to move.
All right, let's stay low and stay close. And I want to stealth towards Leslie so we can kind of get an eye on the situation, like our actual eyes, but not be seen.
So are you guys moving towards Leslie?
Yes, stealthily.
Roll stealth.
And everybody gets a +10.
18.
34.
15.
Okay. You guys start moving up the side of the ridge away from the burning hot robot warriors, and you move towards Leslie, who's talking, and they're still marching towards your position. You get closer, and you can hear him just saying, "Guys, no, come on, just do it my way. My way's better. It'll all work out if we just do it my way, okay? We don't need violence. We don't need nothing. You know, it was all working. If you guys just listened and stay chill, please, come on." And then he hears a rock tumble, and he slightly notices Zippy has made a little bit of noise. And he looks back, and he can potentially forget about that. And and you stealthily make it up, and you're there, and you can hear him. And he's just like, guys, and they're just responding.
Target nearby. Do not worry, we will take it from here.
And that's when we're going to take a break. Hello, everyone. It is Seth here with another mid-roll for you. First off, apologies for this late episode. A little complications on my end with, real-life stuff coming in. But it's all solved now, and we are back on schedule, and I promise we will not be missing another Tuesday. So, speaking of that, our next episode that you can look forward to is not going to be pushed back at all. It's going to be dropping Tuesday, the 28th of January. So get hyped for more Robos. Hopefully you're liking this arc so far. We're taking a wild ride to the robot side. So, buckle up. I think it's going to get nuts. Unless they just eagle tank through everything. In which case it won't get nuts. It'll just be very odd. Which is kind of our brand, I guess. But anyways, thank you for your patience waiting for this episode, and we hope you like the rest of it too. In terms of updates or things to shout out, we do have a special podcast we'd like to shout out and play their promo for you. They are called Top of the Round. They are some good friends of ours in the D&D community. I can't believe we haven't run a promo for them yet, but please go check them out, and also check out this sweet little clip.
Hey guys, my name's Kenan. I'm the Dungeon Master of Top of the Round. We are an original and fully produced sandbox-style D&D 5e actual play podcast that prioritizes roleplay and storytelling. Come with us to Ishnar, a dark world filled with secrets, history, and lore.
Wait, are people listening to us? Hi, people!
Where are the people?
I don't know.
I don't see them.
I don't see them either.
People!
Where are they?
Oh my god, we have to find them!
My crossbow is ready.
Are you sure we need to find these people? Or will they find us?
Show yourselves.
I'm not sure how I know this, but you can find us where you find podcasts? Whatever those are.
Mondays?
What day is it?
Don't know.
Thank you again, Top of the Round. Everybody, please go check them out and give them a rating or review on iTunes, as you should to us as well. Actually, new request, instead of iTunes, apparently there's Podchaser as well. I haven't done much there, but I know we're on there and that you can rate and review us. So if you want to get in on the ground floor of being one of the cool first people to review us on Podchaser, then go do it. What are you waiting for? But honestly, all your support and all the listeners' support over these past few months, especially with all our one shots and Christmas musicals and the main campaign over the Christmas time, It's been really encouraging, and we are gonna really bring our A game this 2020 this year. We are gonna just keep growing, expanding, the world, and also maybe going a bit more above and beyond with musical stuff and also story stuff and voice effects. We're just gonna try and up the production. So we hope you join us for that ride, and can't wait for you to see what happens next. So enjoy the rest of the episode. And we're back. You just heard Leslie say that he wanted to do things his way and that they should just listen to him. He's trying to converse with the Mechanos creatures, but they are not having it. They are just pushing through and wanting to capture the targets, which are you three. But you are right next to them with Pass Without a Trace. What would you like to do in your stealth mode?
Are we in a safe position right now?
You're just a little bit ways off them. There's no real safe position up on this ridge. They take up most of the space, and there's 10 of them marching all together.
What's the closest tower?
The towers that I mentioned before,
Yeah.
with Peterson, they are way off. Like this
Way
is a
off,
large
eh?
valley, and this is a large ring of mountains. Yeah.
Is there any like outcrop or anything, a cave or anything like that?
From up here, you personally can't see any cave outcrops or anything.
Can I look too?
Peterson looks and he can see through the mask and sees their perception check actually.
Okay. Ooh. 9.
You don't see any particular caves or anything. You're just transfixed on the towers that are like rotating and moving up and down.
How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
It's an hour. We got lots of time.
Okay. Darian, are these... You know most about these Mechanos, right? Why would they want to try to capture us? Why are they even here?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm guessing it's because we're trespassing. But I'm more concerned about Leslie's arrangement with them. Let's just listen for a little more.
Have you ever... We don't know anything about these Mechanos. Could you tell us a bit about them?
Well, we're sitting right beside them.
Well, I heard that Pass Without a Trace lasts about an hour.
Lasts about an hour. Beside them, Seth? Like, how open are we?
So it's all open and just like flat ring walk, and this walkway is about 15 feet like wide, but you're about 10 feet off from Leslie, and I imagine you guys are kind of like walking backwards as you're listening because they are marching forwards, and if they march forwards, they're gonna bump into you.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go to like beside them basically, so like they're not walking into us.
They're like taking up the whole ring, like they're spread out.
Oh, okay. Zip, the second we're safe, I'll give you the full rundown, but just for now, know these are spurs. They're like infantry. They're fairly low level in terms of power and ability, but it only gets significantly worse from here.
Why weren't you able to kill one earlier then, if they're so low level?
I was a little shook, okay? Look,
no, I
we're
get
dealing with a lot of powers here.
Oh, 100%. I totally get it. What do you think Leslie's doing over there?
I don't know, I'm trying to listen, but I have a Lapine chatting in my ear.
Well, that could only be me that you're referring to. But I'm trying to get some... I don't even know what these things are. I've never seen anything like this.
You've heard of an automaton before?
Never.
Not really? There was some in oh crap. What's that rock city called again?
Poker Rock.
There's some in Poker Rock. They're fairly industrious there.
Is that what those things were? That's what these are?
There's a similar vein, but more powerful and much more advanced. They're from a different plane.
But then how'd they get here? Why are they on the snowy mountain here?
Guys, hold on. Seth, can I cast a spell?
Yep.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. Well, do you know what? Before I do that, Sorry to interrupt it. Are they getting close towards us? Like, because we're going away out of their path. Like, are they starting to get further away from us now, or are we staying kind of same distance?
You can't walk past them, so you're just walking backwards. Like, yeah, it would be very difficult to walk past them up top here. So you haven't gone past them at all. You're still between the two groups, and they're still marching closer together.
Okay.
But you are just kind of slowly walking backwards as you got closer to listen.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and create a sound. The range is 30 feet, and I'm going to create like a really loud sneeze or a cough. Yeah, probably just like a sneeze. And I'm going to make it like to the north or like away from us so that as they keep going, they would kind of veer off their track and search for that and give us some more space.
So where would you like to do that? So to your right, basically right now, is the cliff face that you climbed up. So it's a pretty steep drop. To your left, 15 feet away, is the drop off where it's a more smooth slope down into the valley. And then you're just on the circle ridge at the top. So where would you like to place this?
I'm going to put it right against the left side to kind of make it look as if we were trying to sneak down the rim on the inside.
Okay.
And then I'm going to kind of pull everyone towards the right, just to give us as much grace as possible there, while they talk.
What was that? What was that sneeze? One of you, check out. We will continue to march.
Guys, come on. No, just that's not them. That was me. That was my sneeze. Achoo! What? Let's not keep moving. But one of them moves away from the bunch, and they reorganize. And there's a small gap that the three of you could walk in a single file line to get past this kind of like wall of them, if you would like to.
Do we risk it?
Hell no.
Yeah, we should. I think we should do it.
Because they're coming in a wave towards us, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like a two-line wave.
Let's take this opportunity.
I'm going to cast Bless.
Bless up!
Okay. Ancestors guide us. So 1d4 on all three of us.
Plus 10. Okay, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Roll for stealth.
Wait, can I cast something as well? I want to be a part of this casting thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, go for it.
Bark Skid.
Barkskin, Stone Boy. That's me now.
Oh, you want stone skin?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna cast Water Walk. This spell grants the ability to move across any liquid surface, such as water, acid, mud, snow. Listeners, you heard that? Quicksand or lava. So
this was one of those.
Lava.
It's snow.
One of those.
Lava.
There's lava somewhere in the next hour. Yeah, lasts an hour. So I'm just gonna use this to allow us to glide over the snow here.
And you can cast it on more than just you?
Well, 10 willing creatures. I don't know what Peterson's like right now.
Yeah. I am willing. I am ready.
Yeah,
and willing.
same.
Are all of you willing to accept my grace on you?
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
I need a piece of cork to make this work.
Oh, like a component?
No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing components. All right, DM, I cast Water Walk.
Okay. Beneath your feet, it feels like there isn't snowshoes there, but it feels like you can walk on the snow as if you were wearing them. Like you don't sink in anymore. You can walk as if it was just dry land. So
it feels like I'm running up and down my carrot patches yet again. It's been so long.
Make a stealth check with advantage because of that one.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Plus your plus 10, plus your whatever crap.
That's a good old 32.
31. Sick, yo.
25.
Yeah. Yes. You all sneak through very quietly, very carefully. You almost bump into one, Peterson, but you like back up and you slide through the line since there's a bit more of a gap. And you have walked past these robots, these spurs.
Now that I think about it, that snow walk literally saved us because there's snow. They would have obviously seen our footprints. Freaking wow.
Big brain.
You
Big brain
think I'm
player.
just a stupid little bunny, don't you?
Big brain. Big brain.
You think Darian, because he's taller than me, is so smart, and I'm dumb.
Who are you
That's
talking
not
to right now?
true.
Are you hashing this out right after, like, please make another stealth check, not advantage.
But for real?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
But you are all on the other side, and you see Leslie is still just trying to convince them to stop, and they keep pushing forward. But you're on the other side, and it seems to be clear sailings, according to Peterson and his mask.
Okay, we can go.
Are we going to one of these towers? Like, what's our direction here?
Like, so you're on the top ring. There's nobody else on the top ring. There seems to be more lights down in the valley, so you can make your way down there. You don't have to. You can go wherever.
Okay, well, we need to decide then.
Is Leslie on the other side of the robots now, or where is he?
Yes, he's on the other side of the robots, getting pushed back to where you all originally were when you climbed up.
Okay, screw that guy. We'll come back for him. I can always do locate person on him if we really want to go find him somewhere, because he's something's going on there, and I don't think this will be the last we see him. We have to find a place to regroup and figure this stuff out.
Look, we can try and locate Leslie later. He seems to be safe, at least for now. We should try and make some distance. Let's just head around the ring for now to get away from these guys.
I say we go in one of the towers and figure this stuff out.
Not a bad idea, but that's down in the valley. Let's just head around the ring for now.
But where does the ring go?
Away from these mechanos?
Yeah, but it's a ring. We'll just circle back.
It's a massive ring. Like it spans mountains.
I know, but eventually we'll get back here.
Okay, but we can walk 100 feet away, Zip. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, but what's the purpose?
Just to move away from the robots. Like, I don't understand what
this
more
is a
you need from
genuine
me.
question.
Let's walk and talk. Let's walk and talk.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let's walk and talk.
I just don't want to be near them, just in case.
We're already so far away from them.
You guys
just on the other side.
Yeah, they're gonna come back.
You guys,
they're gonna come back.
Start making your way around the ring, away from them. Peterson, you're keeping a keen eye down into the valley, just to see if there's any movement or anything. But they all seem so far away. You still can't really make out what's going on down there because it's too far. But you can see like little houses or like factory stuff and potentially more robots, most likely. But the towers haven't rotated for a bit, and you guys just keep walking, and you're out of sight from other robots and Leslie. Peterson, after you've walked a way, they get out of sight, and you can tell that there's no more robots up there, and Leslie doesn't seem to be up there as well. So it seems to be something was resolved at the location where you've left. But you guys are just calmly walking, and it seems very calm, eerily calm. And the snow storm is starting to calm down and ease up a little bit. And the sun is starting to set. What would you like to do?
All right, Darian.
Zip, I agree with you.
Darian,
Zip, I agree with you. Let's head down to the tower in the valley. Now that we're
I hate you. I hate you.
No, I'm saying, listen, I want to do it now because look, there's a slope here. If we did it right beside them, there's a good chance they would have seen us, or there could have been some other way that they would have been notified by us. I just wanted to make a little bit of distance. I agree with you. I think we should head down into the valley and head to one of these towers. I'm saying you're right.
You need to fess up and tell us what's going on here. You clearly know more than you're leading on.
Look, all I know... Look, this is all I know. The Mechanos... We don't know their true motivations.
Who's we?
When they came to the Feywild years ago, nobody really knew why. It was assumed to be coincidence, but nobody ever found the true purpose, at least not to my knowledge. And all they did was leave a wake of destruction in their wake, or from their path. And many people died, and that's the whole reason why the Feywild hates technology to begin with, is from the destruction that it caused. But after that,
is that
war
why
was
they
resolved,
kicked you out? Because of your little sword there?
Yeah, partially.
The pieces are coming together.
It was a big
Darian's
issue.
a little rebellious teenager.
That's one way to put it, I guess. Sure.
I went through a phase very similar to you in the Bramble Patch. It went like this. I thought, silly me, really, thought that I could maybe have 5 leaves on my carrot instead of the classic 4. Through some genetic modifying, I thought it may be possible. The thing is, Darian, you never mess with a good thing. Now, from, the attitude that I've seen, I saw you a little skittish back there. I think you're kind of coming to terms with the fact that, you and that sword may not have been worth it. You lost your friends. You got kicked out of your little realm. I'm sorry for that. I mean, I had to learn that at a young age too. I couldn't do 5 leaves on my carrot. It could only be 4 because people have come before you, Darian, and tried out all these things. You just need to go with the status quo sometimes. You really do. Now, I know this might be a little terrifying little episode for you here, but, you got me and Peterson here to help you through it.
Zip, please tread lightly.
That's why I put Water
saying,
Walk
please.
on us.
No.
Listen, I don't mean to interrupt, but your spell, Pass Without a Trace, it's only on a limited time.
We have plenty of time, Peterson. No, Zip, you know not fully of the things that you speak of, and I just ask that you speak with a little more care about who I am.
No, I get the phase you're going through, Darian. You think you kind of figured things out on your own, but
you get the phase. You're saying you get the phase. You've been exiled. Are you telling me you've been exiled?
Well, the way you're reacting to me, who's been your friend for
you've
quite a long
family.
time right now, just shows that you are in a phase here.
Are you telling me you've been exiled? You know what that's like? You know what it's like to have your life stripped away from you?
Well, that was
to have the girl that you loved in an entire plane away that you can't even communicate with. Have your own father abandon you and eject you from this plane for simply messing with some technology as an act to learn responsibility. To have
Did you not hear my story,
everything you know and love stripped away. You're telling me you know what that's like?
Well, would you know that I know that? How could? Why?
That's
would you
why
think
I'm
that
asking
I don't know
you.
what that's
Do you?
Like?
Do you know what that's like?
Well, maybe
Because
if
you
we
seem to be
sat down
talking to
and
me like you
talked,
do.
we could instead of having this horrible reaction that you're having to your friends right now.
No, you're telling me you know how I feel, but I'm telling you, unless you can tell me you truly do, that you've experienced the things that I've experienced, then you know not of what you speak.
I'm just saying I know what it's like, Darian. You don't have to be like
And
this.
I'm saying you don't. And so to leave it.
Darian is starting to change seasons.
I've had everything stripped away from me. Don't tell me that your fucking carrots are the same.
Damn. Oh, that's really rude, Darian, and you shouldn't act like that with your friends.
I'm not taking the sip. Don't.
Well, I'm not being mean to you, Darian.
Tall One, Westboro. We really can't afford to talk about this right now. We need to stay clear-headed. We need to make a plan. It's going to be dark soon. We should move then. If the Tall One can... If you, Tall One, can cast that spell again, we should move at night.
Look, we've only walked for about 10 minutes. We still have plenty of time. Look, let's just put all this behind us. We've got more pressing matters and we're in a lot more danger. Let's just...
Do you stop your season change, Darian?
Yeah, for the moment. Let's just...
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We should just I think we should table this because you said some mean things to me there, Darian. So we'll figure this out later. But we need to go ahead with the small little knowledge you gave us of these Mechanos people, and we'll carry on. We'll go to that tower down there. I think there's a slope, and we'll be fine down there. I think.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be the one that objects, but would it not be? I think we should consider leaving. I mean, we're clearly outnumbered. Is this really worth it? We don't really know if there's even anything worth pursuing down there.
I'm sorry, Peterson, but this isn't something I can just walk away from. There's too much history for me here. I'm going down in that valley whether you're coming with me or not.
As you say, Tall One. But I worry for our lives. Just tread carefully with the decisions that we make.
I understand, and I also understand that you're a hired mercenary, and if this job's got...
Well, strangely enough, I paid to join you, but anyways.
It's an interesting arrangement, but if you think this job is too dangerous, you can always walk away. I'm not going to force you to go down there. You're right, it is dangerous, and there's a good chance we may die. So if you want to walk away, do it. But I have to go down there. I have to know what's happening.
I pull down my mask again. I say, Westboro and Tall One, lead the way.
Follow me!
And I guess we start making our way down.
Zippy starts moving off the edge and following the slope down and sliding slightly down into the valley. And it's quite a ways, so you're going to be sliding for a bit. But the sun has finally set and it is now nighttime. Peterson, you also follow Zippy down the side and start making your way down. But Darian, just as you're about to go, you hear a little voice at your hip from the fishbowl. Yeah, Draken's been here the whole time. He's been silent. Silent since the Roanoa reservation. And he just says,
Darian, you there? You hear me? We need to talk.
I'm not in the mood, Draken.
Listen, kid, I know you're very moody and you're very wild, and I saw your season change and everything. But listen, kid, I haven't felt right about this. Your path is very wild. That guy before this, I've been observing, and I think you may want to go far away. But, drop me off in a pool before you do. But, I don't think you want to follow this path anymore, kid. Don't tell the others. Just you and me.
Why?
Eladrin to me, king of all Eladrin people before.
You're a magical wizard who turned themselves into a fish. Why would I listen to anything you have to say?
Maybe because I'm a badass? And because I know everything? Come on.
Yeah, just because he's a fish doesn't discredit anything.
I've done so much. Does me translating Wesnian text not prove anything? Jeez. It's like you want me to become, not a fish again. It's like, that's what it takes, jeez.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry I question your judgments. When you've bound yourself to a fishy body, you're rather helpless, by all measures.
Well, not as helpless as you. At least I have eyes in the back of my head. You haven't even noticed your sword yet after that flash.
What do you mean? And I pull it out.
you pull out the switch sword, and even when you you holstered it after taking down all the Mechanos creatures before and through all that just happened, you didn't really notice that there's something new on your sword. In the middle of your dial where you slot in the different gems, there's this opaque, just clear, see-through marble orb in the center of it. You've never seen this before, and it's never been there, but it's there now. And your sword actually feels slightly different, like a different weight to it.
I want to activate that new gem.
it doesn't seem to be a gem. It doesn't seem to be slotted in the same way as a gem is. So you don't. It's not like it's activated in any way.
Can I try touching it?
Yep. You touch it and ding, glass, marble, steel, kind of. Yeah, it's seems to be Mechanos material, but yeah, doesn't do anything when you touch it.
What the hell is this?
Listen, kid. If we're gonna continue going down this path, and I'm willing to help you, but we're gonna have to start doing things my way. A little more destruction, if you know what I mean.
What do you have in mind?
I think you and I could make a good team. I say, well, let's table it for now. Let's see where this place goes. But just know that soon I'm gonna call on you to do something big.
And what do I get in return? I still am failing
Power?
to see the benefit.
You love power. Min-max your character, didn't you?
I'm kidding.
What kind of power?
Archfey level.
How? You don't have access to something like that. How can you even try and make that claim?
Just gotta trust the fish.
And I holster the sword and just keep walking.
Okay.
DM, if me and Zippy are waiting at the bottom for Darian, do me and Zippy have a chance to have a quick
Yeah, so you're not at the
conversation?
bottom
Really
yet.
quick?
You're still sliding down, but yeah, you can have a conversation with Zippy while you're going.
Okay, just like a quick little break, I'm going to say, I wonder where Darian is. Strange.
That guy's going through something right now. Did you see the way he talked to me? I've been with that guy for many months, and I don't think he gets the idea of friendship. I really don't.
It was strange to see him change color like that. He's clearly a loose cannon.
Very loose. I know. He keeps things to the chest, if you haven't noticed, and he doesn't like to share much.
That's true. I think he knows a lot about this place. Maybe more than, well, definitely more than we do, but maybe more than we think he knows.
I think so too. Do you see? He got so angry.
I wanted to say I appreciate what you did up on the mountain when you took the hit for us.
Well, I mean, that's what I do for people, my friends and people who I work with. I was raised in a loving family environment where, if someone didn't, till their little plot well that day, well, then the whole family would help out. But, I mean, I guess Magic Missile is a little different. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm evolving more day in day as a Lapine. I'm going to be so cool when I go back home.
Well, Westboro, I will act in kind. And I put my hand on his shoulder. For once, someone who's the same height as me. Oh, he's still a little taller. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds as well. At level... level 1.
Another level 1. Why not?
I need my level 2s.
That's so funny.
Okay, so 14.
Oh, nice.
Peterson with the heels.
I know. I'm at 47 now. Thank you, Peterson. And don't mind Darian, and don't let him bully you with the whole hired thing or whatever. I know we've got you into some crazy situations, so just know that I understand, and that if you have any worries, just ask.
Thank you, Westboro. I do wonder what's keeping him, though. Let's keep going.
I wonder what's keeping him. Let's leave.
Well, we're exposed.
Darian, you catch up with them as they're sliding down the mountain. And Peterson, now that you're getting closer, you're about halfway down the mountain now, making your way, and you can see clearly now that all those lights down there are working Mechanos creatures of all different shapes and sizes. Some are like towers and they're tall. Others are just bulky and thick boys. And then the others are just regular little infantry boys that you've seen before, and more like the dog ones. All different shapes and sizes, but they're all working and they all are just going around about their day. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna take another quick look around, and that's all I can see. As far as the eye can see, I don't see any like humanoid life besides Mechanos.
No, none.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that to the others. All that moves that I see is Mechanos. There is no organic life here.
Look, we should find a cave and rest. It took a lot out of us getting up this mountain, and I'm still feeling a little sore from the first little fight we had back there. We should make camp.
Well, we don't need a cave, Darien.
I would prefer not to be exposed to the elements and to visual range.
Oh, Darien. Oh, Darien. You just have no faith in me. No, I'm gonna use Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. Home can be wherever I want. During a short or long rest, you can invoke the shadowy power of the Gloaming Court, and help guard your respite. At the start of the rest, you can touch a point in space, and an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears centered on that point. Total cover blocks the sphere. While within the sphere, you and your allies gain a 5+ bonus to dexterity, stealth, and wisdom checks. And any light from open flames in the sphere isn't visible outside it. The sphere vanishes at the end of the rest or when you leave the sphere. So, I'm gonna let Peterson come in here. No. I'm gonna invoke some hidden power that I've kept inside for so long. I know I've been trying it on my own whenever we had a chance to rest or anything. I think I've got it down. Here, let me try. I touch the point in space. DM.
Okay.
I'll let you handle the rest.
Does it protect us from the elements?
The elephants.
It expands, and you all... Wait, Darian's not inside?
No, Darian's inside.
Okay. You see this bubble appears around you, and the snow doesn't fall through, but it doesn't like land on top and make you a snow dome thing. Like it seems like you are completely concealed in this little dome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start a fire.
Okay.
And set up camp.
Excellent. Sick.
You start making a fire, and you're halfway on the mountain. It seems quiet. You see some drones way up above, kind of like scouting the area, but of course you guys are pretty well hidden, and the area is too large for them to cover all of it. So you start a fire, and it's blazing up, and you guys are all just sitting around it.
Those are called pinions. They're flying drones. They can scout around the areas. They're great for unearthing parties like ours, but conveniently Zippy has this magical sphere, which should hopefully keep us covered and hidden from their sight.
Cool, Darian. Thanks for pointing that out. Darian, can you help set up this tent, please? I can't do it by myself.
Sure. I can do that. And I go to help set up the tent.
Okay.
Peterson, do you have any food in your bag or anything?
Yes, just the rations we took from Manasno.
Perfect. Let's have a nice meal and we'll just relax.
You guys all go to your separate tasks of building a tent and making a fire and cooking food. But all of a sudden, you can all see the snow has almost stopped. And you can see the towers. And you hear ka-chunk. And they start to move and rotate in different ways. There's 3 orbits around the main tower with the glass multicolored, and you can see now it's kind of like multicolored glass dome on top. And there's like 3 orbits away from that. So in each kind of orbit, kind of like electrons, you know, in chemistry and stuff, in that kind of network, there's 2 closest in that circle orbit to the middle tower. There's 2 in the next outer ring, and then on the last outer ring there's 2. And they're all moving up and down in different ways, and they configure themselves into a new formation. And the half spheres on top, the smooth side of them, the mirror-like side, starts to glow, and like just a spotlight emits from them a beam of light, and it flashes all of them from all their different positions, starts shining on the middle top glass dome. And you're all just watching this as these beams of lights are hitting this glass dome, and it starts building, and you can see it's starting to get brighter and brighter and brighter, and you just see all the Mechanos creatures way down Peterson have arced, and you can hear just in the distance some singing from the robots, and you just hear faintly.
Zero, one, zero, one, zero, zero, one, zero, zero, one, zero, 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 one, zero, one, zero, zero, one, zero, one.
And that's where we're going to end the episode.